So I thought this article was actually interesting today. It's actually posted by Android Central, and it's something that I kind of feel like we all figured at this point, but it's nice to kind of hear like confirmation that this is probably in the correct aspect range of what we're not going to see. So we see a lot of these foldable phones at a lot of different tech events, whether it is just, small tech events or even the biggest tech events where they show the prototypes and they show all the concepts that might happen in the near future. Well, it looks like Samsung is simply not interested in any type of rollable phone or a slidable phone of any kind. Of course, they are currently working on the Z Fold 4, Z Flip 4, and there are rumors that early next year we could see a very similar looking phone to the Surface Duo 1 and 2 come out by Samsung to go ahead and continue their foldable phone lineup. What we're not going to see most likely is these type of concepts right here. This article does go ahead and talk about how Samsung is uninterested in making commercial rollable phones soon. Given the perceived limitations of rollable phones, Samsung set its focus to only foldable phones. The analysis further implies that the foldable screens are more feasible than slidable or rollable displays. That's something that I honestly am really curious to see how that would in the future, how that would ever work out. Because let's be honest, right now, a lot of people are not happy with the foldable displays because number one, they look cheap. Number two, they're not as durable as people want them to be. And number three, they have that crease down the middle. And that's a huge issue to a lot of people. Now, of course, you have rollable displays, which would go from like this all the way out to this. Over time, how durable would that be? How is it going to look? Obviously, it's not going to be Gorilla Glass Victus. It's going to be some type of, again, pretty much like the foldable phones are, where it would be a flexible glass that would have plastic on top of it. So it would be in the same kind of ballpark range where it just simply really wouldn't be that next level device just yet. Now, if they somehow did go ahead and make it maybe like 2 layers of glass that actually separate, again, the technology is simply not here yet. And based on what it looks like, Samsung is not really interested in pushing this technology any further for rollable / slidable phones. So yes, they have filed a lot of patents on this concept, which does kind of interest me because of how many patents they did follow. How many patents they did go ahead and go with. Yet they're not going with this concept. So let's go ahead and take a look real fast at this concept, just in case you guys are new. This is actually a YouTube video right here from, let me go ahead and make sure I get okay, I have no idea how to say his name, but there is his name. So he's showing this off. I believe this was at CES 2022. I think this was this year's event when they went ahead and did this. So, of course, this is the concept. And yes, this is a real working prototype. Now, could this actually be sold at masses? Probably, most likely not. I only say that in that context because technically, if there's a prototype, it's out there, it's ready to go, but there would have to be so much, pretty much hoops they would have to go through just to get this phone out there and working perfectly fine. So what it looks like, and again, this is kind of what I'm expecting if we ever do get rollable, foldable, or slidable phones in the future. And again, I don't expect to get these for probably the next couple years at least. But if we did end up getting them, it pretty much would probably look exactly like this. It would be like a little app drawer on the right hand side, kind of how most Samsung phones actually work, where you can actually have there's a little tab on the right hand side. You slide it and you have a whole entire app drawer. This is kind of how I feel like a slidable phone size display would work, where it would not be one gigantic display, because obviously the idea / concept is that this would all be one display that you can put together and actually watch on like kind of like a tablet type device. Instead, this would be 2 separate displays, kind of like the Surface Duo 1 and 2, how it has 2 separate displays working side by side. It would pretty much be a more glorified, more out there glance display if anything. And again, like I said, this makes sense why Samsung's not really working or worrying about this, because this isn't really that dope. I mean, I'll be honest, like, yes, it's a cool concept, but I just don't feel like anybody would really care about this. Like, you get the same exact display you normally get. You have a thicker device because now you have two screens put on top of each other. They got to worry about production. They got to worry about this actually working out. My guess is it's probably not going to be two Gorilla Glass Victus panels. If it's sliding like that, it might be some kind of foldable, type plastic-like display. It's a whole entire mess. And again, like I said, if there was more and you could actually do more with this outside display, I could see the concept and maybe go with, okay, there's something here. There's something we could talk about. But as a real, just honestly, as a little just app drawer, that's just simply something I couldn't see Samsung working on. And it looks like when you open it up, there's actually a camera module right here. And again, it would not probably sell. I say it would not sell, honestly. I'm going to say right now, I'm going to say confidently, I don't think many people would buy this product. This product would probably be cheaper, though. It would probably be cheaper than the Galaxy Z Fold 4, but it just simply would not be. I just don't feel like it would be that, that loved by the tech industry. It's a cool concept, and it's one of those things like it's a cool prototype. We look at them, and again, there's a lot of these different type devices. Not only this, the ones that actually fold the screen back, right? And again, some Chinese companies have made those exact phones, and they've completely flopped. But even Samsung has made prototypes of screens that actually fold back like this. So the whole entire display, kind of like how a Surface Duo 1 and 2 works, except that it's a foldable screen. It's all one display. It's not two hinges, or not a hinge with two displays. It's all one that folds 360. And again, those phones have failed. Obviously, there's prototypes of them out there, but tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. Would you actually pick up this phone if it was on the market? Me personally, I have to go with no. I absolutely have to go with no. It's a cool concept, but I just could not do it. No. Even if this price tag, let's say it like this. At what price tag would you buy this phone? At $900, I'd buy this phone. At $1,000, I probably buy this phone. Anything above $1,000, I wouldn't. I couldn't do above $1,000. It's a normal phone with an app drawer, slidable app drawer. It's a slidable glance display, except it's actually usable. But at the same time, it's usable, but you actually have this gigantic phone now. Yeah, no. I mean, if you could combine the two, if that was all one display, you got me. You got me sold. I can get behind it. But if it's two separate displays, I just can't do it. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.